Court documents would show Ignacio Cruz Mendoza was arrested for a low-level drug crime. Punishment was 10 days in jail. Now he's behind bars in Colorado for vehicular homicide. A driver of a semi-truck may have been going too fast when he lost control on Highway 285. Law enforcement is familiar with this man, Ignacio Cruz Mendoza. Federal officials say he had been deported or left the U.S. voluntarily 16 times over the last 22 years.
Wait a minute. 16 times deported? How in God's green earth is this guy able to get behind a wheel of a semi-truck? Who hires this guy? How did he get his CDL, if he even had a real one? And let me just think. This guy probably don't know any English, huh?
It began in 2002 when Cruz Mendoza was arrested in Oregon. 9 News Investigates learned it was a low-level drug trafficking charge. 10 days in jail, 18 months probation. Federal records show some of his immigration history. Cruz Mendoza was deported on September 10, 2004. He re-entered the U.S. without proper authorization 10 days later. Other than the drug trafficking charge, ICE is not aware of any other local criminal charges on his record. In Colorado, State Patrol says he was driving a big rig without a commercial driver's license. The crash killed the 64-year-old man and seriously hurt another person.
So Ignacio Cruz Mendoza did not have a CDL. Okay? He was an illegal immigrant. How? Now, I know this was from 2024, but how did this guy get behind the wheel? And how long was he driving? How many way stations did he go through? Okay. And that's our freaking problem here. You know, we're not doing anything about it. How is this guy coming here as an illegal that's been deported, was able to come back and get in a truck? Whose truck is that? Was that his? Was that someone else's? No one's vetting this crap. But you as a man or a woman that is here legally, okay, speak good English, drive millions of miles, safe, free, doggone get your CDL taken away because you have high blood pressure. What? Or you have diabetes. What? But we allow these guys that ain't even supposed to be here. I mean, this system is freaking broken. Now look at this. Now this is a memorandum back in 2016. This is about English language proficiency testing and enforcement policy. Okay, this is from the FMCSA, you know, and this goes to all the DOT and all that kind of stuff. If we go down here, the policy, okay, if a driver can communicate sufficiently to communicate the inspection or investigation, she should not be cited for violations. Okay, 39 or 391.11. If a driver cannot read, write, speak English, but can communicate sufficiently with the inspector, investigator, she should not be cited for a violation. What? Tools to facilitate communications such as interpreters, iSpeak cards, cue cards, smartphone applications, and on-call telephone interpretation service may be used with interacting with drivers. Are we losing our mind? This is back in 2016, folks. All right. I mean, this was already happening anyway, but now we got it in black and white. If a non-English speaking driver acknowledges that he or she does not speak English, the driver should be cited for violation. Okay. However, it's no longer an out-of-service violation. I wonder how many people... Okay, so this guy in Austin that ran over all those people, and he had a ticket recently, just a few weeks before in Wilmer, Texas doing 62, 63 in a 30-mile-an-hour zone? How did he get a ticket? You know, because of doing that, but they just let him go because it's not an out of service. It's not an out of service. And what cop wants to deal with that, right? Who wants to go, you don't speak English. We're just going to go ahead and take you out of your truck because you shouldn't be driving a truck. And cops don't want to deal with that because then they got to get a tow truck. They got to figure all this crap out. And these cops don't want to deal with it, right? This is back in 2016, and this just flew under the radar. And now we're back here in 2025 sitting here talking about it. Now, I'm not sitting there going and hating on people that want to come over here and make money. All right. That's the American dream. I'm all about it. Come over here, do it the right way. And so I'm not hating on individuals that are coming here and all that. What I'm concerned about and what I'm pissed off about is our government is letting it happen. It's letting it happen and they're not doing anything about it. We employ, talking about our politicians and their appointees and FMCSA people, we employ them only for them to allow these drivers to come in here untrained, uneducated in the English language, okay? They don't even belong behind the wheel because they don't even have a valid CDL, and they're still out here driving trucks and running over people. And we're allowing it to happen. And you ask yourself, what do we do about it? What do we do about it? I'm going to continue to make videos about it. And it's going to be a point to where if nothing gets done about it and this continues to happen, our rates go lower and all this kind of stuff. If nothing freaking happens out of this, I guarantee you enough people are going to be pissed off about this and they're going to take their trucks to Washington and they're going to go honk their horns until someone freaking listens. Okay. It's been done before, even though nothing happened. Okay, with the ELDs, the LD mandate. But it's going to it's going to come to that. People are going to get tired of it. All right. Hey, I want to let people know, if you're watching this and you're not a truck driver or whatever, most good truck drivers, most experienced truck drivers, most English speaking American freaking, no matter what part of the world they come from, they come here and they do it right. Okay. All right. They come here and they become a citizen and they become a truck driver and they provide. We're all aligned. We're all unified on this. Okay. The minority on this, the minority are the people that are doing it wrong and they've been doing it wrong in the first place. English is our language of the United States of America. That's the reason why all the signs say English. They're all in English. And when a driver can't read them, and you think, well, maybe he can know the keywords. What about those flashing signs that sit there and say lane closed or road closed? But they flash, right? And you're still having to, watch traffic and you're going and they flash real fast and maybe you don't get to see the whole thing. If you know English, then you kind of see it and it's like, okay, I don't have to sit there and think too hard about what that really says. But if you don't know English, you say, what do all those letters mean? And then trying to figure it out. By the time you figure it out, it's too late. I'm just sitting there saying, we got to do something about it, folks. Are we on board about doing this? What are we going to do? What are we going to do about it? Am I going to have to make another video about someone else, having a crash? Okay, and they're illegal. They're not even supposed to be here. Okay, or they don't know any English. Are we gonna have to make more videos because this happens like all the time? I guess so. Let me know what you think in the comments. What do we do about it?